Alright, first of all, I have to say happy birthday, Uncle Carl, from, Ron and Shiner, and, welcome, Mordred. I've got an alien back there. Here he comes. So, he is my first alien. He's pretty small and very wild looking. Right now he's stirring up Tattoo, my emerald quarry there. And he's really cool. So, I hope he comes out so we can see him up close. In the meantime, I have a story to tell about Percival here, my glow cat. So, you know, with all the move-abouts and everything that was going on here, my community tank was crazy full for a minute there. Right now it's got Merlin, my butterfly Betta, and the 4 tetras, Tom Palm, the neons, and Nimue and Morgana, the black neons in there. So, as well as Oscar, believe it or not, the albino quarry. He was Felix's cat, which I'll get to that in a minute too. And Galahad, the Odo, the Otocinclus cat, is in there too. So anyways, it was crazy, and Percival was in there too. And the other day, I'm like looking and I don't see Percival. And then the next day, you know, I don't see Percival, because I'm thinking he could be like in the pod. He's little, and you know, I'm thinking he could just be like hiding there. And then I'm thinking, well, you know, he's gone. He got eaten. I'm thinking Neptune, the quarry cat, ate him just like the ghost shrimp. I'm like, you know, he had to have. And then I see Pluto's, the blue mystery snail, his shell, and I presume Neptune ate him alive too after he died, I guess. Anyways, I notice his shell is sort of glowing, right? So I go, and he actually, little Percival, had got himself into that snail shell, and I guess he couldn't get out. So I brought him back here yesterday. That was when Juno was still in here, and I fed him, and he was just acting funny as ever, like when I first brought him home, like playing dead and stuff like that. I didn't know what was going to happen, really. I gave him like a half a wafer and set him on that, and he was just hanging out with the plant. And then Juno, I thought she was going to eat him because she is such a killer. Oh, yeah, I watched Blackfish too, speaking of which. I got to tell you about that too. Oh my god. But anyways, yeah, so I saved him. I actually saved 3 fish yesterday unintentionally, because when I went shopping for Bettas, first of all the silly ass people in their 20s were outside with their phones staring at the sky, and quite frankly, you couldn't see the eclipse here. It was just cloudy, and you could just see the sun. The only place in Pennsylvania you could even view the eclipse was Erie. So anyways, there's all these, you know, millennials or whatever they are out there, and like, oh, never gonna see this again in our lives, you know. Yeah, the clouds, sure. But anyways, there was a white Betta there, and he had an ick head. He looked like he was wearing a wig because of his ick. So I saved him by reporting him to the guy at the pet store. And then I go to the other pet store, and there's these 3 drunk girls. It sounds like a movie, right? 3 drunk girls, but they're totally loaded out of their minds. I would say they're 30-something, and they're friends, and they're gonna get their fish tank without a heater, just a light, you know, to keep their fish warm, and they're gonna get their betta all at the same time, you know. So I told them, like, you know, you can't get your fish tank and your betta at the same time. You're gonna kill it. And no, the light is not gonna keep your betta warm. He's gonna need a heater. You're gonna kill it. So I saved 3 fish yesterday, including Percival, who I think he's gonna snap back, actually. But I'm really excited with Mordred. You know, I wanted a black betta, but this is what I'm finding. I'm finding that when you get yourself a big fish, they're not going to live. They're already probably a year or 2 old. So I notice how small he and Merlin both are, and it tells me that, you know, maybe they're less than a year old or something at this size, I'm thinking. And I'm thinking when you get the big ones, they're already, because Felix passed away. I was crushed. When I told you he was acting depressed for a couple days, and that he was like fanging out in the heater, and actually I'll tell you about that in a minute too, because I fixed it so they can't fang out in the filters anymore. Not the heaters, in the filter anymore. But we had a couple earthquakes here, which I slept through. And we actually had one 14 years ago, which really shook everything in the house. And I noticed, and I don't know if this was from the earthquakes or it had always been like that, because it is on a fault in the earth, I believe. Sinking Spring, the town over where we used to live. After that earthquake, I noticed 14 years ago, all of the foundations on the houses was all cracked and stuff like that. I don't know if that's why or not, but it is like, it's called Sinking Spring because there used to be a spring there. The Lenappes lived there, and they annihilated them, actually. I'm pretty sure they're buried behind the bird mill in a mound, actually, because we used to live there, and it's cursed. But that's what I believe. Oh, I got some other things to tell you too. But first of all, these little mushrooms, these little crystal mushrooms, there's, I think, 4 of them in there. I got those for Ron for St. Patrick's Day, because when we were in the Poconos, we were in this crystal shop where I got a tiny, I got some incense and a tiny Ganesha for the magic shop. Because everything in there was like outrageously priced. And Ron wanted to get me one of these little mushrooms, little crystal mushrooms she had for $10 a piece there. And I was like, yeah, no thanks, because I knew you could get them for $4 a piece at the Leesport Market. But anyways, I got him 20 of them. And I think there's 4 of them in here. A Marlinite one, maybe a jasper, and maybe a couple agates. I think I put 4 of them in this. This is my druid tank, you know. So I've got 2 Roman tanks, and then this is my druid tank for the savages. That's why he's all wild looking too, Mordred, actually. So look at him checking out Tattoo. He's coming back over here now. Hey, Mordred. Anyways, I got 20 of these little guys on Amazon for $8. So, yeah, they're cute. They look cute in here, too. So, Ron said I could use some of them. So, I put some of them in here. I didn't put them in the other tanks, and I won't. We will be going back to the other tanks, too. I'll be talking about that in a minute. But back to the earthquake. You know, every time there's a big earthquake, Ron and I get real nauseous and real bad headaches and stuff like that. And I don't know if that's what killed Felix or not, but I think that he was huge. And I think that I only had him a year, so I think he was already Like, my betas usually last at least 3 years, you know? And I tested and tested and tested his water and everything like that afterwards, and that wasn't what killed him. But at the same time, I won't be getting any more ghost shrimp. I can't keep them alive, even those big ones, Gowan and Kay. The first one, Gowan was dead in here, like, the next day. And they didn't even eat him. And then Gowan, that was sad because he was like on Felix and stuff like that. He was like coming up to feed and doing well, and I actually watched him die. So I won't be getting any more shrimp. I don't know, I can't keep them alive. So that is that. And I have some other news actually. I have a doll book coming out in, it should be out in the next couple days. It is 250 pages, and it includes doll therapy too, but it's all my dolls, all kind of dolls, rag dolls, portrait dolls, fairies, witches, dark shadows, dollhouses, dollhouse dolls, witches, all in there. Actually, 25 years worth of dolls, and it will be out in hardback, paperback, and as an ebook. So, and right now I'm working on the ghost stories, so that will be, I think, my 6th book that will be out, because we have the art book, the dark shadows book, the poetry book, the Tadies, Hoagie, the 7th book, I guess, because the doll book. And so that will be out soon too, actually. I'm pretty excited about that. I worked on it for a while, actually. I mean, well, besides making dolls for 25 years, it took me a while to get all of the pictures and stuff together. And everybody's not in there, but most everybody's in there. So, pretty exciting. I don't have all of the pictures, actually. Oh, and I had invited Susan to Gettysburg, too. I don't think she's, like, on the computer. She used to speak with me on Regretsy, and I'll talk about that in a minute, too. She and Dame Darcy, and she doesn't email me, so we sort of stay in touch like old-fashioned with a mail and gifts and stuff like that. So I told her about hopefully, I mean, I don't have any idea, but hopefully she'll be joining me in Gettysburg. So, oh, and I love that book that I'm reading, the Battlefield book by Svensson, the farmer, the artist farmer. It's really good. So he uses a lot of really big words, actually. I'm pretty good with context, so, but he does use a lot of big words. Yeah, but it's a really good book. So I'm really enjoying that. So I guess I should move to the next tank there. I wanted you to check out Mordred first, though. I mean, really, that's why I am here. So, my alien, my little alien. So, we're being overrun with aliens, see that? So, he's really jewel tones, and he's very beautiful, actually. I had seen a black one with blue spots, and you know what? I'm glad I didn't get him, because he was really big once again. And that other big black one that I saw, I'm not really crazy about those crown tail ones, to tell you the truth, but the butterflies are pretty, and the rose ones are pretty. I saw a mustard gas one yesterday, but he's very much like Merlin, my bumblebee one. So, you know. So, anyways, this is Mordred, my new little guy. So, I actually just got him this morning, so he's only been in here like an hour or so. I think he's doing pretty well for it. Usually they're like pretty, you know, after an hour. But he's got pretty good digs, the couple housekeepers. So, I think he should be pretty happy. And, I mean, honestly, unless somebody passes away, unless somebody ends up out in my garden, my fish cemetery, I'm good on, fish. So, let's move over to check it out. Crazy horse. This is, check out Merlin's tank. There's Nimue and Morgana. Here's Merlin. He's pretty happy here, actually. That's why I left him in this tank, because he seems to be having a really good time, and he seems to really enjoy it, and he's like all over the place, where Mars used to just fang out up by he was always like super shy. He would just fang out by the heater all the time. So he only liked me. I mean, he ate well, and he would come out for me, like when I would talk to him and eat and stuff like that. But otherwise, you know, but this guy, he's all over the place. So, and very pretty. I really like the ones with the black faces, actually. So, very, very pretty. So, there's Marlin. And he's getting on well. Oh, another thing is, I got Purigen. I had seen it. They look pretty clear. I had seen on YouTube that, Purigen is how they keep, like, their tanks so clear. And, I added some. I made a big mess with it, too. I was like, my gosh, I hope that they don't, like, eat this stuff, because my tetras, I know tetras are usually like little, like, starving, frail little, you know, things, but these guys are like voracious. That's why they got this tank to begin with, because Felix was getting so angry at them, always stealing his food up from under him. So, yeah, I was afraid they were going to eat it, because I guess I didn't tie up the filter bag tight enough, and it started all blowing out of my filter, and, making a big mess. But anyways, the water looks pretty clear. I'm trying it. I like the way it smells, actually. I don't know what it's made out of. It smells like clay or something like that, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, I like the way it smells. He's checking out, there's Marlin messing with Oscar. Oscar was Felix's cat, and, you know, I was gonna move, when I moved them, I was trying to move Oscar, actually, into Mordred's tank over there, but he would not let me get him. I was making a mess. I could never work in that fish store. It would take me an hour to catch, like, a fish for somebody, honestly. I'm always afraid I'm going to hurt them and stuff like that. So, I'm like, yeah. And anyways, he's, like, so happy here that... Now, Galahad, the little Odo, is in here somewhere, too. He's kind of hard to find because he's little, and he, usually is stuck on the side of something somewhere. So, he's really neat to look at up close, though, because he looks like a little dinosaur, or a little frog, or something like that. Oh, I saw something crazy in the plant, in the fake plant, the other day. I don't know what it was, but okay, so first of all, when I had all the cats in here, the two started rolling around together. I was like, are they mating, or what are they doing? They're like two, I guess they're the same species, just different families, you know. I want to say it was Oscar and Tattoo, the emerald and the albino. So, I mean, I guess that's how they get them. I guess they breed these, you know, different color fish together and stuff like that. But anyways, then there was this mass of, like, stuff in the plant. And I'm like, what is that? Or is that, like, eggs or something? I don't know. But then Marlin came up, and I think he ate it. So I don't know if they bred and Marlin had caviar for lunch, or what was going on with that. I'm not exactly sure. But anyways, now we're down. This is a good tank now. We've got 2 cats, Galahad and Oscar. We've got 4 tetras. These are both 7-gallon tanks, so it's right on with the and Marlin the Betta. So it's right on with, it's not overloaded now. Oh, I think, isn't that Galahad there? I think that's him right there. Yeah, he's sort of blending in with the pot, so. But yeah, there he is. And the pure. It's a blue light on in there now, so. Oh, that's something else I learned reading online about the Bettas, is I always left the lights on at night and not during the day, because that was how my grandma always did it. She had a, she had her tanks lit at night. I always remember that. And I read that that's not good, that they like to sleep at night. You should turn the lights off at night, and they should only be on during the day. So, and now I turn the light off at night. So, there's Neptune. Neptune and Juno are in Felix's old tank now. So, and I think they're doing pretty well now. So, there's Juno. You know what? I think she's older too, because look how big she is. I mean, she's huge. She does eat a lot, but I try to trim her down and stuff like that. But she wants to spawn, really. That's why she killed Mars. So, that's not going to happen ever again, like I said. But, yeah, I moved them in here. I had to take the temple out and just put the caves in, just because I couldn't. The temple just reminded me of Felix too much. It made me too sad. It's Felix's temple. I remember I took it out once and he was so mad at me that I had to put it back in, because I had replaced it with that Emperor, and he was like, absolutely not, I want my temple back. So yeah, that's just Neptune and Juno are in here. So that's good, and it should be all straightened out now. And, yeah, so that's what's going on with my fish and everything else. And I will talk to you later. Bye.